this is Miss Jamie from the Twin Rivers Ranch, and today I have a couple of activities that involve corn for you. Since September is the start of the harvest season, I figured corn might be a fun thing to do. First, we're going to do an activity called Dancing Corn, and I'll show you what that involves in a moment. And I'm going to show you how to make popcorn on the stove and explain the science behind it. So let's get started. So our first activity is called Dancing Corn. For this, you will need some standard old popcorn from the bag, some white vinegar, water, and baking soda. To start out with your water, this is called just 2 cups of water. I'm putting this in a jar. You can put this in a bowl or any sort of receptacle that you want. And then we have our baking soda. We're going to dissolve it in our water. Just 2 tablespoons of this. 1. 2. And I'm going to mix this up with my big spoon so the baking soda is dissolved. And I'm basically going to try to dissolve this until it's sort of clear again. So what we're doing here, basically with the baking soda and of course with the vinegar, we're going to create a reaction. And you'll see in just a moment when I add the vinegar. But before we do all that, yeah, look, it's getting all cleared up. And you're probably thinking, Miss Jamie, where does the dancing corn come in? Well, don't worry, it's coming. Now that my water's all clearing up, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of my popcorn. Just like I said, standard popcorn. Gonna put that in my jar. And while that's settling, I'm going to pour my 1 cup of white vinegar. Ooh, vinegar sure is stinky. So that looks pretty good of clearing it up. So when I say a reaction, what exactly does that mean? So when we mix vinegar and baking soda together, it causes a chemical reaction that which is basically A vinegar is called an acid. Our baking soda is called a base. And when they combine, they create carbon dioxide, which will basically, well, it's probably better to just show you. And here we have our corn actually bouncing up and down. If I add more vinegar, it'll keep going. That is called a chemical reaction. There may be a few times in like cartoons that you've seen characters make like the volcanoes for a science project. This is what they do to make it erupt. You can see the bubbles coming up from the bottom if you look carefully. There you have it, dancing corn. Alrighty, it's popcorn time. So, all you're really going to need for this is a nice pot, your popcorn, and some oil. In this case, I'm using avocado oil. You can just use regular vegetable oil, no problem. To get started, make sure you have some parental guidance for this. You're going to have a 1/4 cup of popcorn, put it at the bottom of your pot, and then a tablespoon of your oil of choice. And you're wondering, Miss Jamie, you said that you were going to say the science behind this. Well, with popcorn, it's such a tiny little space. And you want to know what happens when you heat it up? Well, when you heat it up, that heat has nowhere to go because the space is so small. And the only way heat likes to expand. So the hotter it gets, the heat has nowhere to go. So the corn explodes, thus getting popcorn. So, pretty easy. I'm gonna make sure every piece of my corn is coated in my oil, and then I'm gonna turn this baby on high. And I'm gonna put my lid on. So make sure you're shaking the pot around as it heats too, so nothing burns. I can hear some sizzling coming from my pot. Do you hear that? Starting to pop around. So just like my popcorn kernels with the vinegar, they're dancing in the pot because of the heat. So you're gonna let it go until there's maybe way too many gaps between the popping, which sounds about done from behind. It's pretty quick. Oh, look at that popcorn. So this is just plain popcorn. Whoops, some of mine burn a little. Mistakes happen. But, you know. So you can top this with whatever you want. My favorite's butter. Well, there you have it. Science you can eat. Science you can watch. Either way, Sim's a lot of fun, isn't it?